Hello guys, welcome to Indian Car and Bike Network. I am Arsalan and today I am going to talk to you about my new purchase, or rather new to me purchase. Before talking about my new purchase, let's talk about the bike I replaced. The bike in question is a 2014 Classic 350 finished in ash white, and it had just under 25,000 kilometers before I sold it. The bike was bought new by my uncle, who put on 12,000 kilometers before going abroad and giving the bike to me. So I put around 12 to 13,000 kilometers on it before putting it up for sale. So why I sold the Classic 350? Classic 350 is a great commuter bike. It is good in the city because of ample of torque and a distinct exhaust note that keeps you happy all the time. I stopped commuting in the city due to the convenience offered to me by the Delhi Metro. So I did not really need a bike for commuting. For highways, the bike wasn't fast enough for me, and the brakes weren't confidence inspiring. So I wanted something that was faster than the sweet spot of 75 that is on the Classic 350. So I sold the bike, and I was pleasantly surprised by the resale value commanded by Royal Enfields in the used market, especially in Delhi, where resale value of most things are abysmal. This is coming from experience because I sold my Avenger 220 for pittance, even though it had a fancy number and all, and just over 30,000 kilometers on the odometer. My budget was quite restricted. The maximum I could spend was 1.3 lakhs, and I couldn't find any bike that I liked under 1.3 lakhs. So I started looking for used bikes. Although my family was against this, but I persevered, so it was going to be a used bike. I shortlisted from Duke 200s to RC 200s to Pulsar NS 200s to Duke 390s. I even added Mahindra Mojo to the list. I also shortlisted the whole Royal Enfield family, primarily because I was used to the quirks of Royal Enfields and the mechanical know-hows. I looked around for a couple of KTMs, but they did not really appeal to me, and buying a used and abused KTM would put me in financial misery, I believed, because not many mechanics know it, and I had to rely on the authorized service center for parts and services. Then I decided to go to a Royal Enfield showroom to check out the bikes. The bikes have been primarily been the same for the past 2 to 3 years, so I just went around and checked. One bike that caught my attention was the Continental GT, and I fell in love with it. And to me, it looked better than a Classic 350. I went home and did some online research to check out the bike. Everybody praised the bike except the powertrain. Everybody felt that it was underpowered. For me, I did not feel it was underpowered. I thought it was a plus point that the engine in the Continental GT is based on the UC platform, which I was familiar with. So buying a used Continental GT was a safe bet for me. Moving on, I started looking for Continental GTs all over internet. One thing that shocked me was how affordable Continental GT has become. The bike has depreciated a lot. You can get an almost new condition Continental GT for half the price now. My favorite color was yellow, so I started looking for yellow bikes. Unfortunately, I couldn't make a deal on a yellow one, so I settled for a black one. So here's my new bike, a 2015 black Continental GT. It had just over 4,000 kilometers when I bought it, and I got a really good price for it because it was not the best example of a Continental GT. It had a few rust spots, few mechanical issues, but nothing that could not be sorted out. So I went ahead and bought it. Just to put into perspective how much Continental GT has depreciated and how much is a resale value commanded by a Classic 350, I bought the Continental GT for almost the same price I sold my Classic 350 for. So in my opinion, it is a steal in the market right now. After buying it, I had to get a couple of things done under warranty. It was mainly the rear shock absorber which was leaking and the spark clutch which helps in electric starting of the bike. Then I started putting on my touches on the bike. The first thing I did was put on some stripes on it because it looks even better now in my opinion. And unceremoniously I went to Samrat to get a new Swagman exhaust, and Samrat was gracious enough to lend me a Swagman launcher for this, and the bike looks so much better now. The stock silencer looked unwieldy and too big, and it weighed a lot, around 6-7 kgs, and the new exhaust is like 2 kgs, so there is a weight reduction of around 4 to 5 kgs I guess. In the bike much. I'll provide you guys with a proper review after doing 5,000 kilometers and once Delhi monsoon has subsided. And please stay tuned for more videos to come. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned. Bye for now.